Hey, what's up everyone? For this video, what it's geared toward is if you're a parent and maybe you're getting kind of some negative emails from school, whether your child's having trouble concentrating or focusing or staying on task or behaving correctly or whatever it might be, or maybe their reading is just seems like it's slowly getting worse and worse and worse. Maybe homework is becoming much more of a hassle than it even used to be. This is what that video is geared toward, and what I'm going to be talking about is every patient that I've had that has those issues has two reflexes called an asymmetric tonic neck reflex and a symmetric tonic neck reflex. That's abbreviated ATNR and STNR. And what these are, they're basically reflexes that we're born with. We have them as an infant. It's totally normal to have them as an infant. Everyone does. But then if everything's developing properly, at about 6 months of age, they should go away. And what happens is with so many kids today, they don't go away. And the thing is you don't really ever notice anything's wrong until what I usually see is about third and fourth and fifth grade, when the content in school becomes much more reading intensive, homework becomes much more reading intensive. You know, any subject you're in is very based on your ability to read. And the problem with that is with this ATNR and this STNR, it greatly affects what your eyes are able to do. It basically, if you have these reflexes, your eyes are not going to be able to do what they should be able to do. So your eyes should be able to converge and diverge, and they should be able to track very smoothly from side to side, like if you're tracking a line on a page. And if you have an ATNR and STNR, you're not going to be able to do that well at all. So what I've seen is they've actually done eye tracking. They've used eye tracking technology where basically they'll have a kid read a line or read a page, and what they'll do is they'll track what their eyes did when they were reading that page. And you'd think, you know, if you're trying to read a line right here, your eyes would just track right across that line. You'd go to the next one, it would track across that. With a lot of these kids, what it was doing is it was tracking, and then it would literally jump up or down up to like 2 or 3 lines of what they should be reading because their eyes are that uncoordinated with what they should be doing. And the reason for that is you need to be able to redevelop the skill of eye tracking and balance exercises through a part of the brain called the cerebellum. So you want to give exercises to stimulate that part of the brain to help re-coordinate these eyes. So that's the two biggest things that I look for in kids that are struggling with school. You know, if you picture trying to sit down and, you know, do homework, and literally your eyes aren't doing what they're supposed to do when you're trying to read, it's going to be the most frustrating experience ever. You're never going to want to sit down. You're always going to be off task because you're never going to be wanting to do what it is that you're supposed to be doing. So that's the biggest thing that I always will do with kids that are struggling with reading or staying on task or focus or any of that thing, is really correcting what the eyes are doing. And the way I do that is by getting rid of these primitive reflexes and giving exercises to stimulate a part of the brain called the cerebellum. If you guys have any questions about that, always feel free to message me. I don't go super in-depth in the videos. I try to keep them short and sweet. If you ever want to schedule a complimentary primitive reflex assessment, I'd be glad to do that for you and just see what reflexes they have. And if they have this ATNR and STNR, what it might be doing as far as their school work and social life and things like that. So our office number is 402-504-4676, or you can message me. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. But with that, that's what I have today. I would check to see if they have an ATNR and an STNR, which is affecting their eye tracking and their eyes' ability to converge and diverge, which is basically going to affect their entire ability to read and therefore do any kind of homework or stay on task and things like that. So that's what I have for you. I hope you have a good one, and I will see you guys tomorrow.